Hello, Nigel. How are you doing, bud? Alright, let me see if this saved. It did. Cool. Alright, so yeah, we got this. This is the main thing we're gonna open. I do actually have two other things that I'm gonna open real quick beforehand. Some secret layers here. This is the Goblin Gram, which is actually an older secret layer. But I got it in anticipation of getting the Goblin Storm secret layer deck that I did not get. So I just have this, and this is the Dwarf Fortress secret layer. So let's just crack these. I don't even really remember what cards are in here, are in this Goblin Gram one. Okay, there's Brash Taunter, Goblin Chieftain, Ringleader. Is that? No, it's okay. That looks normal. Uh, Haste when he enters via the top four cards. So the only downside to these Goblin Gram ones is that the the fucking the Oracle text gets cut off, and it's nowhere else on the card. Welder, that's like something with artifacts. The Great Morgabos, and then there's just a non-goblin creature in here. I don't know why. Let me. I don't really need to scan these. I have a system that I really like to stick to when I'm opening cards, so give me a minute while I sleeve all of these. All secret layers get inner sleeves and top loaders, at least when they're not in decks. Yeah, I was really disappointed that I didn't get one. And they're going for like what, like 500 bucks at TCG Player, like 450 or whatever. I don't know, something nuts. I'm considering getting a proxy of it, but I don't know. Because the thing is, like, I never even really planned on keeping that deck intact. I was gonna convert it into kind of the Goblin deck that I've been wanting to build anyway with General Kriat, which is like the Impact Tremors Goblin Commander. So, I don't know. I was kind of, because I actually went to a card show over the weekend. It was like a small local one. Um, and I was very disappointed because literally the only Magic cards that I saw there were Lorwyn play boosters. Literally everything else was like Pokemon. Yeah, I'm pretty sure General Kriat is in the Goblin Storm deck, if I remember correctly. I don't the I don't know if they have special art or not. I don't think they did. But yeah, there's gonna be a bigger show that's local in September, so maybe I'll have some luck there. Um, because I was also kind of hoping maybe someone would have a Goblin Storm deck at the card show, and it would be cheaper. But I was also like kind of hoping to offload like my Zuko card that I have still. Um, and maybe a few other cards because I have the Dragon Scale. Um, I have a Dragon Scale foil Marsh Flats that when I first opened it, it was like going for 180 bucks or something. It's now going for double that. So might be offloading that as well. So Secret Rendezvous, Runescarred Demon, Terror of the Peaks. That's really the big card in here. Oh, and I think the bonus card is really good too. Brewing was pretty good actually. Rogue's Passage. Then yeah, the bonus card is Crucible of Worlds. I've never actually played Dwarf Fortress, but seeing that I don't know. I have a degree in game development, and this is like a very classic game that, you know, exists. I kind of felt like I should just get this secret layer for the hell of it. This was all before knowing that Crucible Worlds was the bonus card. Yeah, so I actually, well, just for today, I have the collector box. Um, but I also have coming a Jumpstart box. I got the Captain America Precon, but I got the collector version. Um, and then I also have just a regular bundle coming. Yeah, it's like I mean, I've never really looked into it. I just know that it's kind of like RimWorld, where it's just like a world simulator. It's basically like the precursor to RimWorld, if you know in RimWorld that is. The only card I care about in this set is the card that doesn't exist. Which I'm still upset by a little bit, but it is what it is. I would like I would like a nice Squirrel Girl. That'd be nice. Just gonna put that into Camellia. Other than that, um, I'm not really looking for anything specific. So, I don't know. We'll see. Another quick look at all these. Alright, let's get into the why we're all really here. I was kind of worried because it started like raining pretty heavily outside, and this was supposed to be delivered today, which it was, thankfully. But I was worried that like they were gonna fuck it up and leave it out in the rain or something like that. But thankfully they brought it inside. There we go. Alright, so what is this? Is this 12, right? Yeah, 12. Okay. Do they all have the same art on them? Yes, they do. Okay. It's like sometimes they have like different art and shit. Or maybe that's just play boosters. I don't know. I don't pay attention to some of this shit sometimes. Like I don't even know like what's the real chase card for this. Let me hold on. Let me open Scryfall. It's probably like an Infinity Stone, right? Is like the real chase. Um, and like any like the classic comic cards probably. Yeah, it's the gold mine stone is the real chase. All right. Let's start. All right, hold on. It's gonna be weird because I'm gonna be doing this kind of everything kind of twice. I'm gonna be opening it for the stream for the camera. Then I'm also gonna be scanning everything. So I'm actually just set up my scanner real quick. And download all the new cards. Lock set to. Is that the? Are there only 2 set codes? Um. Oh, yeah. Hmm. Prefer foil. Okay. This is actually so I bought like one of these kinds of scanners where you can just slide the card in, it falls down there, and then you have your phone set up there. This is my first time actually using it, so we'll see how well it works. We'll buy bill and token. There's a little bit of pringling going on, but not too bad. It's pretty subtle, but it's fine. Um, Tokens I don't scan, so those can go there. Alright. Super strength. Scanner. I believe you. You can do it. Hold on. So like not wide enough or oh god. There, those. AIM scientists. Gorilla. Sick. Okay, there we go. Hawkeye Young Avenger. So there's been a deck that I've kind of been wanting to build that I technically have built in the past, but I didn't really like how it turned out. So I'm gonna rebuild it. Tai Joaquin, and I've been seeing a number of good cards from Marvel that would actually be good in a Tai Joaquin deck. This is one of them. Masters of Evil. There you go, Nigel. There's a card for you. That did not scan properly. How do I change this? I know I can change this. Hold on. No. How do I... Whatever. There we go. Okay. Sif's Spearmaster. Spider Rex. Just good old 6/6 reach trample. Ward 2. Ant-Man's Air Force. Oh, he had something. Invisible Woman. Full art. Or whatever you would call that. I don't know. Got a full art planes. Let's see, how much is that Invisible Woman worth? Nothing. Okay, cool. Actually, yeah. Planes. Ironheart. Artifact stuff. Zuri. Come on, scanner. You can do it. I believe in you. Was that the commander version of Sue? I don't think so. Or yeah, I think that is, right? Or no, it's not because it doesn't have the 4 colors. No. Right, because it needs to have the ability with the 4 colors. Come on. You know what? I need. Hold on. I don't really exactly know how I fixed it, but I fixed it. Okay. Borderless Zuri. Thor, God of Thunder. Come on, card scanner. You can do it. I believe in you. I needed to like, hold on. Okay. What does this one do? Exile target equipment, instant and sorcery from graveyard until next turn you may play that card. Whenever you cast a non-creature, throw deals damage equal to the spell's mana value to any target. Oh, that is not foil. Iron Man counterspell. Oh, that Thor is worth a lot of money. Thor is like 40 bucks right now. Oh wait, no, hold on. It's showing me foil version, but it's not a foil. Nah, it's still 20 bucks. And then a Dork Fortress. Dark Fortress. Hold on, my scanner is like all kinds of fucking up right now. What if I like did it like that? That doesn't work. Oh, I know why it's not scanning that card. Hold on. Because I didn't have the right set put in. There we go. And then, yeah, Dark Fortress. So these lands are really good, right? Alright. That was not a bad pack. I'll have to take these back out and, like, sleeve them and stuff. I think the Zuri didn't give me the right version. No, it didn't. I think to save some time, I'm only gonna sleeve the cards that are like worth a decent bit. Like this guy. It's like pretty much I'll end up sleeving most of these completely because I'm a weirdo about how I sleeve things. Like how I sleeve and what I sleeve. Let me top load the Thor. Yeah, I actually haven't really looked at like the set properly to say like, oh, I want to build this or oh, I want to build that. But maybe as I go through, I'll find something that I want. Okay. Let me. All right. Got a treasure for the token and villain. Helicarrier strike. Knight of Woundigore. AIM Labs. Which is just a. Okay. Do they not have the gain life lands and the what would Demir be? I don't know. War Machine? Nice. Grim Reaper. The attacks may pay 4 when you do return target creature from the battlefield, but attacking with finality counter. Okay. Not bad. We'll take Whip. That's from Ultron, I guess. Big Score. Nice reprint. Big Score. Alex Wilder, Runaway. Oh yeah, they have the Runaway, all the Runaways in this set. And they all kind of like uh work together, I think, right? Another creature controls if you cast from anywhere other than your hand, it gets +2/+0 and gains haste until end of turn. Has escape for 3 and exile 3 other cards from your graveyard. Cool. Got a Spodermans to the rescue. Flash Vigilance Reach 3/2. When he enters, tap him, or you may tap him. When you do, another target non-attacking creature you control gains indestructible until end of turn. Alright, not bad. That's a scene card. That was not foil. An island. Full art foil island. Got Storm, Wind Rider. 4/4 flying. Creatures with flying can't attack you or block creatures you control. Whenever you cast a spell that targets one or more creatures, those creatures gain flying until end of turn. Cool. Nakia. 3/3 reach. Whenever your commander enters, you become the monarch. Pay 2 and tap to put 2 counters on target creature or vehicle. This is interesting. Another Storm Wind Rider. Okay, just making sure that scan was correct. This is the same storm, just different art. Cooler art, obviously. I can't tell if that was actually foil. This is Patriotic Shield, which is Sword of Fire and Ice. That is foil. That's gonna be that's a decent hit. That's gonna be worth a good amount. Yeah, that's going for 60 bucks. And Miss Marvel Kamala Khan. No max hand size. When we cast a spell that targets creature you control, draw a card until end of turn. Miss Marvel gains her base power is equal to the number of cards in your hand. That is foil. Yep. I just need to make sure that these scans were all correct. So I feel like one of them was not correct. I don't know if I have a Sword of Fire and Ice already. I might. Which one is it? Protection from red and blue. Deals combat damage to a player. This deals 2 damage to any target, and you draw a card. That should be pretty good in Howler. So see, is this foil? I can't tell. I don't think it is. I'm gonna say that's not foil, because I don't think it is. It's hard to tell. Yeah. I'll just you know what? I will take the time to inner sleeve everything. So there's no point in going back through them later. So I am going to take the time to inner sleeve pretty much everything. Because pretty much how I do inner sleeves is anything that's foil, anything that's rare, anything that can be a commander, then anything over $1 in value. So, and then anything over $10 I usually do gets a top loader. Suppose I could be doing all this on camera, but okay. We're still learning how to do this. Okay. Whoops. An art card. Hulk. This is The Incredible Hulk by Jim Chung and J. David Ramos. I feel like that was up, was that upside down? Bird. Stolen Stark Tech. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Fantastic show. Who is that supposed to be, I wonder? Is that supposed to be Maria? Or maybe Natasha? I don't know. Herbie. Enters, draw a card, then you put a land from your hand onto the battlefield tapped. Okay. It's 2/1, but 4 mana. So it's a little expensive. Luke Cage. Whenever he attacks alone, gets +2/+0 and gains indestructible until end of turn. Alright. Ghost, Spectral Saboteur, Flash, can't be blocked, 2/2 Human Rogue Villain for 3. Wall Off, instant for 4. 1 less to cast for each creature your opponents control. So you can pretty much get it down to 1 white mana to create a 0/4 wall, and you gain 4 life. It's not bad. Especially in Commander. So you can that'll pretty much always be 1 cost. 2/3. At the beginning of combat on your turn, up to 1 target creature gains first strike and vigilance on a turn. Yeah, I think I remember when I was reading or looking through the cards, there's a lot of like if something attacks by itself. It might be a cool mechanic to kind of build around. Welcome back, Nigel. I did see your Discord message. Strategic intervention. Whenever a creature you control attacks alone, it gets +1/+1. Tap up to 1 target creature defending player controls. Baron Strucker. The own spells are 1 less. This is another perfect card for you, Nigel. Full art swamp. Gathering Place, Selesnya version of that land. This is a different storm. 4/5 flying. Whenever storm attacks until end of turn, another target attacking creature gains flying and +X/+0. X is storm's power. Whenever a creature with flying attacks you, storm deals damage equal to her power to that creature. That's kind of busted. That's pretty sick. Like an anti-flyer. It's not foil. Vendors assemble. Heroes get +2/+2. At the end of each end step, if you attacked with a hero this turn, or a hero entered, draw a card. That is not foil. Unnatural growth. Double power and toughness at the beginning of each combat. And then an arc reactor. Comic art. 5 cost. Improvise. Artifact enters tapped. Tap for 3 colorless. That is foil. No super big hits in that one, but some decent cards still. Yeah, the Arc Reactor does look pretty cool in the comic version. Too bad I don't have like any artifact decks. It is foil. Might be a little bit hard to see. I guess I have like Camellia, which is kind of an artifact deck. This will be going in the cap precon, if it's not already in there. I don't actually know. I will say, they definitely killed it with the art on these cards. Though I still don't like these kinds of cards. Where it has the white print with the black border. I still really don't like this look. I kind of wish they stopped printing cards like this. But they probably won't. So. Oh. Like I actually liked the like black cards that they did for Tarkir. I thought those worked, and I think that might be actually where that the font, like the colored the white inside with the black border first. Actually, I don't know. That might be where that first appeared. I forget. And then they started doing it with like those the Universe Beyond cards that are just like screen grabs. And it was, yeah. Um, it's weird. My scanner doesn't have a price for this card. I mean, I don't assume that it's worth much of anything, but it's interesting that there's no price on it right now. what was the Stark Tech? I didn't actually read it. Flash, when it enters, attach it to a target creature, control that creature gains indestructible until the turn. So creature gets +1/+0, and let's equip one. So it's basically just a protection equipment in black, which is interesting. Black generally doesn't get a lot of like instant speed indestructible. So that's actually a nice little addition, I feel like. Oh, hi Lizzie. I didn't. I'm gonna be honest, Lizzie. I didn't even realize that that was you because your name is the same color as Nigel's. I don't know if that's just on my end or I completely like did not even realize. I'm so sorry. How you doing, Lizzie? Nice. Spectrum, right? This is Spectrum or Photon. I don't know. Photon art card. It's like the multi-chat I have. It's just, I guess it makes everyone on YouTube the same color. I don't know. Unliving Legionnaire. Vampire villain. Is that even foil? It is. Okay. Volcanic villain. Okay, I've gotten 2 guys with power up. Back to back. Hire a crew. Create some tokens. Claw. Got a fucking, what's his name? How am I blanking on the actor's name? The guy that does Smeagol and Claw. What? How am I blanking on his name? Uh, uh, Circus. Andy Circus. There we go. When he enters, target player reveals the number of cards from their hand equal to 1 plus the number of creature cards in your graveyard. You choose one of them, that player discards that card. Not bad. Abomination. 4/4 trample, power up. Where he fights. Okay. Romantic Rendezvous. Discard a card and then draw 2. At sorcery speed. Eerie Gravestone. This is a reprint, I believe, right? I think this is from. It was from a recent set. I know I've seen this card. Or is this just a Spider-Man reprint? It's probably just a Spider-Man reprint. Impossible Man. 1/4 flying. Pay 3 becomes a copy of another target permanent until end of turn. So you can copy your commander because he keeps his name. Take the shield, another scene card. +1/+1 encounter on target creature gains lifelink and indestructible. That I'm pretty sure that's a reprint as well. Full Art Swamp. Mysterio's Mirage. Beginning of your end step, if you discarded a card this turn, create a 3/3 illusion villain creature token. Another card for Nigel. Oh. That's a $12 card. Clever Concealment. That's a reprint. Very nice reprint, though. Very thematic with the Fantastic Four. Visible Woman making them all invisible. That's like perfect flavor. That, of course, did not give me the correct... Did not scan the correct printing. Okay, there we go. Here's Loki, another scene card. Player or opponent becomes the target of an ability you control. Draw a card only once a turn. That is not foil. Black Panther's Redirection, which is Narset's Reversal. Okay. And World War Hulk. A saga. Next red green creature spell you cast this turn can be cast without paying its mana cost. That's terrifying. Put some counters on target creature you control. Then 3, choose target creature you control until end of turn. Double its power and toughness, and it gains trample. Some sick comic art there. That is foil. Okay, so Mysterio's Mirage was the hit in that pack. Yeah, no, all the comic art stuff is like, or the comic ones like these are really good. Or it like looks like comic panels and stuff. I I did a dumb thing. Sort by create date. There we go. Just top load Mysterious Mirage. Okay. But yeah, Lizzie, going back to, you said you were making a spreadsheet of your cards. Yeah, that's what the scanner's for. Because I actually keep track of my collection on Moxfield. And yeah, just trying to use the spreadsheet would get way too unruly with the amount of cards that I have. Because it's a lot more than I should have, I'll tell you that much. What am I at this point? I'm at 7,800 cards, essentially. But after like I get all my Marvel cards, that'll end up in the 8,000s. So, yeah. Yeah, it's a lot. Like I said, it's a lot more than I probably should have. I think because I used to collect back in, or not really collect even really, but I used to play back in high school. I think from there, from the time that I played in high school, I had like 1,000 already, maybe. So I had a small starting base already, but yeah, I've gotten obviously well, many of my cards in the past year or two. So it doesn't go directly into Moxfield. Um, there's just like one step that you got to do. So like the app that I use is called Mana Box. And so like I'll scan basically how I'll do it is like I'll scan this whole box into a collection, and then it's hard to see because it's the exposures, but there's a plus button here or no? How do you do it? It's up here probably. Yeah. So you can export to CSV, and then there's an import function in Moxfield. So you have to move the file. This is essentially the only thing you really have to do. Um, but yeah, it doesn't necessarily go directly into Moxfield. There's just one extra step you gotta do yourself. I think the only thing you gotta do in Moxfield is when you import it, you gotta make sure that you select like the mana box format. It's one of the default formats that Moxfield has. So yeah, it's a lot easier than doing it all manually. Which I definitely did it manually for a while. Yeah, yeah, right. I think I'm trying to remember when I actually started scanning and doing that whole process, but I definitely did it manually for a bit. Got a robot villain token here on the other side. Ant-Man's army. Create a food or treasure when he enters. Oh, I locked my phone, so it's not scanning. I'm an idiot. Okay. I think it's too dark. Hold on. On scanner. I'll have to do this again. There we go. Hold on. I think I gotta do this. Yeah, it doesn't really do that kind of stuff. And the Moxfield collection. The only thing it will do is color. You can't really sort by like creature type or anything. I mean, you kind of can because you can use like the Scryfall searching. So you can kind of do that. Hold on. I gotta set something up that I forgot to. Give me 1 minute. Okay. Yeah, so the scanner that I got, it has a light actually that came with it. It's a little soft light, and there's a magnet on the underside because this thing is pretty much it's just like 3D printed. And then there's a little magnetic strips here that the light sticks to. And I just did not have that going. I think that was my issue. There we go. Alright, now that I've scanned this again, same card 3 times. Okay. Yeah, yeah, you can kind of do that with the Moxfield collection because you can just here. Let me hold on. Can I do this on the fly? Um, hold on. I can do this. Reset. There we go. So like this is my Moxfield collection. Um, so like if you wanted to do cat, you could just do T colon cat, and then you're gonna it'll be you can do it either text or you can do card images. So yeah, you can kind of do stuff like that with the Moxfield collection. Um, yeah, and like you can see here, it does you can do like color. And like if you want to do keyword stuff, you would do like uh life link stuff like that. So yeah, you can kind of do stuff like that with the Moxfield collection. Alright, so Ultron Drone, power up, let's put 2 counters and create another 2/2 artifact. Giant-sized flying ant. When he enters, tap or untap a permanent. Okay, interesting. Echo. Is that? Yeah, it's Kingpin. She's kicking. A very big Kingpin. 1 for vigilance, tap and pay 1 to copy target activated or triggered ability you control from a creature source. That is very specific. See, I feel like this would be better if it's on this one. Okay. Avengers Tower. Taps for colorless. Mana of any color to cast a hero spell or activate an ability of a hero source. Pay 4 tap, look at the top 3 cards. Reveal a hero, put into your hand. Alright. Not bad. I think there's one of those in the Captain America pre-con, I would assume. Mach 1, Swooping Scoundrel. I've literally never heard of this character. When he enters, and whenever you gain life, surveil 1, only once a turn. Spider-Gwen, 2/3 reach, becomes tapped. You may discard a card. If you do, draw a card. There's no price on that card. Hulk's Thunderclap. Sorcery. Additional cost to cast a spell. You may behold a Gamma creature. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to another target creature. If you beheld a Gamma creature, destroy target non-creature artifact or enchantment. Alright. Bullseye Death Dealer. He enters, you may sacrifice an artifact or discard an on-land card. When you do, he deals 2 damage to any target. So he throws at the thing. And you can do that by paying 3 and tapping as well. Not bad. Very good flavor. Full Art Mountain. Sorry, I'm still messing with my scanner because it's still not working. Different Thor, 4/4 flying. If another source you control would deal damage to an opponent or permanent an opponent controls, deals that much +1 instead. This is another good card for Tai Joaquin, as I mentioned earlier. Cinderglade, 2 more basics, and it has the types, so that's a pretty decent land. That's not the right printing, that's scanned. There we go. Mole Man. Play lands from your graveyard. Great. Another card that allows you to play lands from your graveyard. Because we need more of those. And landfall, create a 1/1. Whenever this token attacks, you may mill a card. Okay. Was that foil? No. An Iron Man. A 4/4 flying haste. Whenever he attacks, create a treasure token. Then you may sacrifice non-creature artifact. If you do, search your library for an artifact Mana value equal to 1 plus sacrifice mana value put on the battlefield tapped. Ooh. And then another cool comic art card. Secret Invasion. Enchant creature you control. When it enters, exile up to one target creature other than enchanted creature. Until this aura leaves the battlefield, the enchanted creature becomes a copy of that creature until the aura leaves the battlefield. Enchanted creature has ward 2. Very cool. Come on. Sometimes these art cards do not like to go into the inner sleeves. This guy isn't foil, right? No. Okay. It's still top loader worthy though. Yeah. Okay, that was weird. I don't know why it prompted me right there with that, but it's like crumbs in this top loader. And the mole man. No, that guy's not foil. I actually really like all these all like the scene cards. These are like the cards that like they you can like put them together and they create a big scene. All the art and all those scenes, all those scene cards are like really nice. Another card with no price on it. I forget where this app grabs the prices from. And you might be able to set that. I forget. Who? I've literally never heard of this character. Mach 1? Who are they like even a villain of? Mach 1 Marvel. Uh part of the Thunderbolts, looks like. He first appeared in an Incredible Hulk comic. Although here it's saying his first battle is against Human Torch and the Thing. I don't know. It seems like he's come back a bunch of different times as different iterations of himself, essentially. Okay. I'll believe you, internet, that that's a real character. It's actually interesting now that I think about that. How many? Because like this card here, the giant-sized flying ant, is a blue insect. How many insects are there that are blue? Oh, no. It seems like there are actually a decent number of insects that are blue. So I would have thought they're pretty much all green. No, there's actually a good spread. Like, there's definitely a majority green, but there's actually a decent spread amongst all the other colors. Okay. Yeah, black is probably the second most for insects. Unpack. Work with me here. Ah, guess that works. It's not really what I was going for, but that works. Got a villain soldier token. Roxanne Brutes. Gain life land. Vibranium energy daggers. They're indestructible and equipped creature gets +2/+2. Equipped for 3. Alright, just generic buff equipment. Hex magic, sorcery exile all the cards from your hand, then draw that many cards till end of turn. Till end of your next turn, you may play cards exiled this way. Okay. That's not bad, actually. Spider-Man. This is the same version of the scene card that I got before. Accelerated Evolution. Enchant creature. Flash. Enters in. Enchanted creature gains hexproof until end of turn. And they get +2/+2. Pumpkin Bombardment. Discard a card or pay 2 as additional cost. Deal 3 damage to target creature. Titanium Man. When he attacks, he either gains flying or deals 1 damage to any target. He's a 3/4. He's a villain. He's an artifact. Alright. He's got some stuff going for him. Mr. Fantastic. This is a scene card, I believe. For reach, whenever one or more tokens you control enter, you may draw a card. Not bad. Full art forest. We got Sam Wilson, Captain America Skybound. 3/5 flying vigilance. When he attacks and at least two other creatures attack, or when he and two other creatures attack, but a +1/+1 counter. On each attacking creature, they gain indestructible until end of turn. Okay. He's gonna go in Torrens. Nice art there. I think that's Vulture he's fighting in the background. He is going in Torrens, almost definitely. Loki's Scepter. Enters, gain control target creature until end of turn. Untap that creature until end of turn. It comes with Villain. And gains haste. And you just tap this to add a mana of any color. Here is Thanos. The Loki Scepter's not a bad hit. This is also from a scene. 3/3 lifelink. Whenever another creature dies, put a +1/+1 counter on Thanos. I don't think that's foil. Rancor. Enchanted creature gets +2/+0 and has trample. Its aura is put into a graveyard from the battlefield. Return it to its owner's hand. Oh, yeah. I remember this card. Oh, there he is. There he is, Nigel. We got MODOK. Flying lifelink. Pay 3. He connives. Creatures your opponent's control get -1/-1. You don't like having friends, do you? That is foil. Why are you the way that you are? Why can't you let my bunny tokens live? Scanner did not use the right printing. Is this foil? No. This isn't foil, right? No. Oh, I almost bent Thanos in half. I guess that'd be fitting, but is that Thanos scene card? Very nice. Loki's Scepter is getting a top loader. Surprisingly enough. Captain America, Sam Wilson. Almost definitely going in Torrens. A nice scene card for Mr. Fantastic there. This is the one downside to collector boosters, because thanks to my OCD, pretty much everything ends up getting inner sleeves. Even on just like a common equipment, you got some killer art. I can actually read what this card does. For 5, you get a 4/4 with menace. Whenever you draw your second card each turn, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature and basic land cycling for 2. Alright. A little versatility. A human berserker villain. They got 3 creature types. Alright, that was pack number 6, so we're halfway through. It's so annoying trying to get my phone to sit on the mount properly. So I have it's a Pixel 8, I think. So like it has this huge fucking cutout kind of thing. Another robot villain hero token. Lannis attacks. Teamwork 4. What is teamwork again? It's additional cost. You may tap any number of creatures you control with total power 4 or more. Okay. Choose one. If it is used teamwork, choose both. Target creature creates a 6/5 blue Leviathan with hexproof. Return 1 or 2 target non-land permanents to their owner's hands for 7. Project Deathblock. 1/2 artifact creature. Pay 3 to return this card from graveyard to your hand. Not bad. Aim Synthenoids. Enters. Surveil 2. 2 evil to stay dead. Teamwork 4. Choose target creature card in your graveyard with mana value 4 or less. If it was cast using teamwork, instead choose any target creature. Return that chosen card to the battlefield. Okay. Not bad. That could go in brass, maybe. Another Thor. 4/4 with flying, vigilance, prowess. Okay. And Boros. Interesting. Molly Hayes, Runaway. Another one of the Runaways. Power up for 6. 2 counters. Exile top card. play it. Alright. Nothing too exciting. Grape Shot reprint. Okay. With Wanda. Colossus. During your turn, he is indestructible. Other mutants you control get +1/+1. He is a 4/5. Not bad. Some mutant synergy there. Madam Hydra, 2/3 villain. Whenever it casts a villain, create a 2/1 villain with menace. Some nice scene art there. Got a full art island. Got Leader Super Genius, 1/3 for 4. If a creature you control would connive, instead you draw a card, then the creature connives. Okay. Another villain, conniving villain for Nigel. Beginning of combat on your turn, target creature you control connives. Okay. Wakandan War Panther, which is also a Fleece Mane Lion. Can pay 5 to Monstrosity 1. As long as this creature is monstrous, it has hexproof and indestructible. There's a cat for you, Lizzie. Another shield. Scanner did not use the right printing. There we go. Sword of Fire and Ice. We already got one of these. This one is not foil. Right? Yeah, it's not foil. It's still worth a lot non-foil though. A return to the ranks. 2 white X. Convoke. Return X target creature cards with mana value 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Not bad. And then a full art foil gathering place. Very cool. So I think just the shield is getting a top loader here. Yeah. This is these lands with these arts is pretty cool. They're like they're like surveillance almost kinda. Like heat signature, like surveillance kind of stuff. It's pretty cool. Turn to the ranks. Not a bad card, but a little situational. It could be good in like my Heir Apparent deck, but they're just better cards. Like Ascend from Avernus. What's the other card that I have in there? Raise the Past. So Monstrosity 1, it doesn't have the reminder text, but I think it just means it gets a +1/+1 counter and is considered monstrous. So essentially, it gets a +1/+1 counter, and then for the rest of the time that it's on the field, it's hexproof and indestructible. I think that's what monstrous works, or monstrosity works. Leader is very good for conniving villains deck. Very good. That is like a insta include. Don't even have to like contemplate it. Oh, that's cool. Colossus art, he's just standing in a field of sentinels. Oh, I didn't realize. So with this grape shot art, it's Wanda and actually one of her sons, Wiccan, there on the right. This Thor is interesting. Having prowess in Boros. It's pretty cool. I'm actually curious. Uh, ID Boros. Prowess. Oh, I should do color equals Boros. Uh, okay. Yeah. That's so there are only three cards, three Boros, so three white and red cards that have prowess on them. They're all in this Marvel set. So yeah, that actually is brand new. That's cool. I wonder what tomfoolery people will come up with that. So I mean, obviously with red, that's pretty easy to do. And there, yeah, I mean, there obviously there's, especially like with Tarkir, there's a lot of white prowess. So I mean, it's not like Boros prowess is far-fetched or anything. It really makes a bunch of sense. So I'm surprised we haven't seen it before, and that it's only on three cards. We got an art card here. I think this is supposed to be Bruce Banner. Yeah, Bruce Banner. Very cool. All right, Pim Technologies, Gainland, Agents of Hydra. When this creature dies, create a 2/1 villain with menace. Kree Commandos, 2/1 Flying Vigilance with prowess. Justice Vance Astrovic. Never heard of this character either. Are apparently a mutant. 2/2 flying. When he enters, you turn up to one target on land. So bounce something. Whenever another blah blah blah. So whenever something's bounced, put a +1/+1 counter on Justice. Alright, cool. He's a cool looking character. He's got a cool suit. Okoye. When they enter, create 2 1/1 white soldier creature tokens. Attacking creature tokens you control have first strike. Not bad. Oh. They reprinted City Pigeon from the Spider-Man set. Okay. Mob Lookout. I think this is also a Spider-Man reprint. Could be wrong. When it enters, target creature you control connives. Virtual Assistant. 3/3 Illusion Advisor artifact creature. Defender. Remember, you cast a spell using Teamwork. Create a 1/1 robot hero artifact creature token with flying. Interesting. Kind of a niche card, but whatever. Take up the shield. We saw this one previously. Some nice scene art. Full art planes with Sam Wilson, Captain America on there. Oh, so this is a card that caught my eye. Ares, God of War, 1 in Rakdos, 4/3 legendary creature, God Warrior Villain. He attacks each combat if able. Whenever another attacking creature you control dies, return that card to its owner's hand. So a lot of recursion and just basically you just swing out, throw everything you have at people and like trigger, get death triggers and stuff like that. The other God of War, Kratos, would also go really well with Ares. So this might be a commander that I build. Lady Luck's Manifestation, which is Titan of Lityara. 6/6 Illusion. When he enters, choose a creature type. It is that chosen type in addition to its other types. When this creature enters or attacks, you may draw a card for each other creature you control that shares a creature type with it. If you do, discard a card. That is not foil. We got a nice comic art here. Vision Quest for X and is it? Search your library and or graveyard for an artifact creature card with mana value X or less and put it on the battlefield with X additional +1/+1 counters on it. If X is 4 or greater, it gains haste till end of turn. If you search your library this way, shuffle. Okay. That's somewhat niche. I think this would have been better if is. Oh. I don't know, I guess if you just got an artifact that wasn't a creature. You don't get the counters on it. I don't know. It's kind of niche. This is not foil. Then we got Primal Vigor. This is doubling season for everyone. So double tokens and double counters for everyone, not just you. And then we got Alien Invasion. Enchantment at the beginning of combat on your turn. Create a 1/1 red alien creature token with haste. And this token attacks each combat if able, put a +1/+1 counter on it for each invasion counter on this enchantment, then put an invasion counter on this enchantment. Okay, so it's kind of like assemble the ranks a little bit, except the tokens get bigger. Okay. It's kind of a better assemble the Legion. Just in different colors, obviously. Alright. Any top loaders? The Titan of Yara will be a top loader. I don't think if this would go well in any decks that I have. I don't think so, really. Don't really have a lot of Gruul. Balin, not really. Then Ragged Dragon, not really. But like any like Gruul aggro deck, that would go pretty well in. I hate I despise this art. I really don't like this art. This art's great. They actually pretty much recreated the scene in WandaVision, the show. That's pretty cool art. Looks like it's some illusion that Lady Loki manifests. It looks like at like a theme park. This gets top loader. Barely, but it does. Like just over that $10 mark. I actually want to look something up about Ares and Marvel. Because his chest, like his chest piece, it's hard to tell with the camera. But his chest piece almost looks like a Punisher logo. Ares, Marvel. Does he have any affiliation? Oh, well. Apparently at some point he's killed by the Punisher. The most expensive card is... I know exactly what it is. Let me just see if I can find it in here. I actually pulled it pretty early. Where is it? Here it is. This is Patriotic Shield or the Sword of Fire and Ice. These types of these swords are always pretty expensive. This one, I think it's like 60-ish bucks or something. That's our biggest hit yet so far from this box. Yeah, I'm still just reading about Ares in the Marvel Universe. Okay, so it looks like he's actually a god. But yeah, I also pulled that was a foil version. I also just pulled, it was like a pack or two ago, I pulled a non-foil version. And even the non-foil is like, it was like 30 bucks, I think. So, yeah, pretty, pretty, gotten some pretty decent hits so far. Nowhere close to making my money back on this, but sometimes all you need is one card. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they have like all the they have like all the like the Olympian gods because I mean like they have Thor, so they have all the Norse gods. So they're like, yeah, let's just bring all like the Greek gods, all the Roman gods, probably. Yeah. So actually, with this card with City Pigeon, this is one of the cards that kind of gave me the idea of building a 5-color like critter food deck. It's gonna be like a very flavorful deck that I want to build, where it's just like cards like this, where it's just like it's literally just a city pigeon that creates a food token when it leaves. So like between the Spider-Man set and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle set, there's actually like a decent amount of cards that kind of fit the theme. So at some point I'll build that deck. Koye, Queen. Yeah, who's this Justice guy? Justice Marvel. And formerly known as Marvel Boy. Possesses superhuman power of telekinesis. Has been often affiliated with the New Warriors and the Avengers. Born in Saugerties, New York. Where the hell is that? Oh, okay. Uh, yeah, he's just a telekinetic. Huh, interesting. He looks cool. Well, they have Captain Marvel. It's like a new Marvel boy. I mean, it sucks for him because he's literally being called a boy, even though he's a man, I assume. It's also hilarious that there's a Captain Marvel in Marvel Comics, but there also used to be a Captain Marvel in DC Comics. Because, assuming I remember this correctly, I think Shazam used to be called Captain Marvel. Yeah, that's also true, Lizzie. Alright, what do we got? We got 4 more packs. I think it was Shazam. Somebody in DC used to be called Captain Marvel. I'm pretty sure it was Shazam. We got an insect token with a soldier on the other side. Atlantean Cavalry. I gotta say, we haven't gotten a lot of dupes. We've gotten a few, but even the dupes that we've had have been like different printings. Savage Land Dinosaur, just a 7/6 trample and basic land cycling. Condon Royal Guard, Human Soldier Hero, Vigilance. When he enters, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. If that creature is another hero, put 2 +1/+1 counters on instead. Loki Laufeyson. I don't know how to pronounce that word. 2/1, pay 1 and tap whenever you when you next cast an instant or sorcery with mana value less than or equal to Loki's power this turn. Copy that spell. You can power him up for 5. Power up can only be activated once. Okay. And reduce the cost by his mana cost if he entered this turn. Interesting. Okay. So like basically you can think about it as you can cast him for the power up cost and he just enters with the 2 counters. It would still be technically an ability activation, so there would be a trigger put on the stack, but you can essentially think of it that way. Dark Deed, target creature -4/-4. Okay, not bad. Beast Mode. Look at this art. This art is incredible. It's like a bunch of like the Avengers as like different creatures. Like Cap is a mouse, maybe? And that's just Spider Ham. Hulk is a bug, maybe, of some sort? And that's Hawkeye, I assume. Also kind of looks like a bug of some sort. Something? I don't know. This art is phenomenal, though. Teamwork 1, target creature gets +2/+2 and gains trample to end a turn. Also, put a +1/+1 counter on that creature if the spell is cast using teamwork. Not bad. Not a bad card. Got a Deadly Dispute reprint with Tombstone. And I'm not sure if I'm supposed to recognize. Oh, I guess I'm assuming it's the lady character is Anaconda. Character I've never heard of. Vault Guardsman. Human Advisor Convoke. For 6, when this creature enters, exile target. Okay. It's one of those cards. But as an artifact creature, so it's a little different. Abomination, Terrifying Titan. Got a nice scene printing here. 4/4 trample, power up. Put a counter on him, and he fights creature. Then we got Mountain. Scanner. Scanner. Please. Oh god. My phone almost just fell off my desk. Hold on. Scanner is not cooperating. Oh, come on. Scan the damn card. Well, maybe this card just isn't in the database. Well, let me manually add this card, because it does not want to scan. It's this one. It's foil. Okay. Whoops. Okay. Spider-Man, new champion. 3/2 with reach. Whenever you discard one or more cards, Spider-Man deals that much damage to any target. I mean, that's just generally a cool Spider-Man. Oh, that's Miles, right? Yeah, it's Miles. Um, Chaos War preprinting with Frog Thor. We got another World War Hulk. This one is not foil. And it's Steel Shaper's Gift. Search your library for an equipment card, reveal that card, put it into your hand, then shuffle. And we got another Sam Wilson. Captain America Wings of Freedom for 3. 3/1 Human Soldier Hero. He has Flying First Strike Ward 1. When he attacks, each other hero you control gets +X/+X until end of turn, where X is his toughness. Interesting. Okay, his base toughness is 1. So you want to get like equipment or some buffs on him. No super big hits in there. Best card in there was the Miles. The card isn't the best. I'd really like this art for the Sam Captain America. I don't hate this art, but could be better. This comic strip art, fantastic. This Chaos Warp art is also fantastic, mostly just because it's Frog Thor. Nice scene art card for Abomination. Neil Blonsky? Emil? I forget exactly what his first name is. Played by Tim Roth. Yeah, I'm kind of disappointed this Beast Mode card doesn't have any flavor text on it. Be cool to have some flavor text on a card, on that card. So this is Bullseye and Electra. Interesting. Got Loki. Some Wakandans. A freaking dinosaur. We got some Merfolk. Alright. 3 packs left. Oh, we've been gone 2 hours? Alright. 2 hours, 15 minutes. Come on. Got treasure token with villain on the back. Got a phone not on a card scanner. Card scanner. Sometimes English language just stops working. 1 3 Whenever another villain and or artifact you control enters, this creature deals 1 damage to target opponent. Not too shabby. I am Iron Man. Until end of turn, target artifact or creature becomes an artifact creature with base power and toughness 4/4 and gains flying. You tell him, Tony. Stark Industries Executive, Pepper Potts, I assume. Yeah, because flavor text is Pepper Potts. Pay 2 and tap to create a treasure. Yeah, that's one upside, Lizzie. Iron Man Master of Machines, 1/4 Flying Vigilance, gets +1/+0 for each other artifact you control. When he attacks, if an artifact entered the battlefield under your control this turn, draw a card. Robot Domination. Got our first plan here. Whenever one or more creature cards are put into your graveyard from anywhere, you draw a card, lose 1 life, and put a plan counter on this enchantment. When a third plan counter is put on this enchantment, sacrifice it and create 3 2/2 colorless robot villain artifact creature tokens. Alright, not bad. Yeah, all the like Tony Stark Iron Man cards are actually, there's a lot of like I don't know how many versions of like Iron Man and Tony Stark there are, but it's like all it's all like blue red artifact stuff, so you can really just throw them all together and have a decent deck. Daily Bugle Reporters, Human Citizen. When this creature enters, you can either put a +1/+1 counter on each of up to 2 target creatures, or return target creature with mana value 2 or less from graveyard to your hand. I think that's a Spider-Man reprint, if I were to guess. Virtuous Variant, 1/2 with flying. When he enters, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Alright, pretty generic. Flatman. Okay. Mutant Hero 110 for 4. And you can pay 3 to switch his power and toughness until end of turn. Okay. That's certainly a card that exists. Interesting. Were you that's cool. So you're like a artificer kind of deal. That's a nice scene art for Red Hulk. 6/7 reach trample. It's dealt damage for +1/+1 counter on him. When you do, he deals damage equal to the number of +1/+1 counters on him to another target. Okay. Full Art Flames. Captain America's Shield. Cost 2, equip 2, indestructible. Equipped creature gets +0/+8 and has vigilance. Okay. Whenever equipped creature attacks, tap target creature defending player controls. Okay. So this would actually be good on that Captain America that cares about its toughness. This would actually be really good with that. Medusa and Human Queen. 2/2 Vigilance Reach. Whenever a player casts a non-creature spell, put a +1/+1 counter on Medusa. Okay. Gathering Place. We got another one of these. This one is not foil. well, okay. Lord of Atlantis. Merfolk to two other merfolk get +1/+1 have island walk. Okay. And then Taskmaster, Mercenary Mimic. I assume he just copies. At the beginning of your first main phase until your next turn, Taskmaster becomes a copy of up to one target creature on the battlefield or a creature in a graveyard. Okay. Except his name is blah 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 blah. Yeah. 3/5. Can't tell. Is this foil? Yeah, it is foil. Summoner, an island with armor to the end. Ah, that's cool. That pack was kind of a dud. Yeah, I kind of miss D&D actually. Um, I played in one campaign that Jack ran, actually. Um, we did like a Greek, uh, like ancient Greece kind of campaign. With me, it was me, my brother, um, and three other friends. Um, and it was my first D&D, like it's my first time playing. But I really enjoyed it. I was a paladin. I was a dragonborn paladin named Nadar. And I really enjoyed it. My friends, I think they enjoyed it to an extent. Um, but I, you could tell that they kind of were losing interest in it. Um, so that was unfortunate, but it was fun for the time that we played. Yeah, we got to like level 6, I want to say. And then Jack basically TPK'd us. I think if I remember correctly, I was actually the last one standing, and I could have gotten out. Um, but it didn't really make sense for the character, actually. The only reason I stayed and fought was because it made sense for the character. Out of character, I totally knew I should have ran. I totally knew I was gonna die. But I kind of wanted to give him a little, you know, give him some glory. Go out with a bang. I forget what it was that we even fought that TPK'd us. Like it was clearly like a boss that we weren't ready for. Like I think Jack told us afterwards it was like it was a dragon that he reskinned to something that fit the setting obviously. Um but it was like a black dragon that we totally were not ready for. But it was kind of planned because we all kind of knew that we wanted to stop playing, and Jack was just like, all right, here's a dragon. Try and kill it. So, of course, when Baldur's Gate came out, I played the shit out of that. Baldur's Gate was a good um, replacement for D&D. And I had plans for my character. Like, we didn't even really. That was the one unfortunate part, which I don't blame Jack for at all. I think we were about to get into like my character's kind of backstory when the campaign kind of just ended. Um, but I didn't really get to explore some stuff that I wanted to with my character. These are actually both really cool arts for these tokens. Um, but I think I was gonna multi-class into sorcerer actually to get some more spell slots and cooler uh spells and stuff like that. Yeah, I have beaten it once. Um, but yeah, it definitely took a while. And I've started different playthroughs like a few different times as well, trying like different builds and actually no, have I beaten it twice? Because I know I started a Dark Urge run. Did I complete that Dark Urge run? I forget. I think I might have finished the Dark Urge run, so maybe I've actually beaten it twice. I forget. This is Take Up the Shield. We've gotten some seen versions of this card. Widow's Bite. Assuming that's Yelena and yeah, it's Yelena and Natasha. Teamwork 3. Target creature gains stat touch, and target creature gets -2/-2. Alright. Go nuts. This is Squirrel Girl killing Doom, Doctor Doom, which is canon in the comics. Uh, Teamwork 3. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. Target creature you control fights target creature an opponent controls. Reptile Dinomorpher. There are some characters that I just did not even know existed. Pay 3 until end of turn. He becomes a dinosaur hero with base power 3/5, vigilance and reach. Or you can pay 6 to turn him into a 6/6 with trample. It's pretty cool. This is Madam Hydra. This is the normal art. You saw the scene art of her before. Quantum Reduction. Teamwork 2. You may cast a spell as though it had flash. If you use the teamwork, chain creature gets -5/-0 and loses all abilities. So it's just a big old fuck you card. Swarm being a beast. You know, I was actually just the other day because I'm playing through the well newer Spider-Man Insomniac game. And I was like, is there a character, like an enemy that um is like based on bees? And like I know there's like Yellow Jacket from like the Ant-Man kind of side of stuff, but I guess there's this guy for like a bee villain. Um, I assume he's got to be kind of from the Spider-Man side of things. Lightning Bolt. Good old Lightning Bolt. Arnim Zola. 2/3, pay 3 and tap. Create a tapped 2/1 villain creature with menace. Only do so if there are 2 more creature cards in your graveyard. Yeah, I think because I think in Marvel Comics there's like a place called the Savage Lands, where they're like a bunch of dinosaur based stuff. Or it's like prehistoric times, so there's like kind of like cavemen people and like saber-tooth tigers and dinosaurs and stuff like that. So yeah, that's kind of where all the dinosaur stuff comes from. Electra, Daughter of the Hand. Sneak for 3. She is a 3/3. When Electra enters, destroy target creature an opponent controls power 3 or less. Okay, not bad. Oh, Promise of Loyalty. You know this card, Lizzie. This is the board wipe where you put vow counters on one of your creatures and they can't control or they can't attack the person that casts the promise. I think you have that in Bumbleflower, I think, right? That card doesn't have a price. Avengers Under Siege Saga. For 1, you create 2/1 black villain creature tokens with menace. Second stage, the saga deals 2 damage to each non-villain creature and each opponent. Third stage, create a treasure token for each villain you control. Not bad. Some good comic art. Ah. A good old Path to Exile with Cap. I don't know like what's going on in this art. Like clearly Cap is in not a good place right now. But I love me a good old Path to Exile. Oh, that's worth money. Okay. And then we got Multiversal Incursions, some nice comic strip art. For each non-token creature you control, create a copy that's a copy of that creature. Or create a token that's a copy of that creature, except it isn't legendary. So I think, yeah, so that Path to Exile is worth 25 bucks for some reason, which I'm not mad about. Like this, even though it's like that weird white text with the black border, I actually don't mind it with this art. Like with some arts, it actually works pretty well. Like this, especially with the foil. It's hard to see the foiling with the sleeve on it now, but this is actually a really cool uh Path to Exile. Yeah, I guess so. It's actually interesting. This is a it's Path to Exile, but it's a mythic rare. What is Path to Exile usually? I know it's not a mythic. I think it's just a regular rare, right? I guess they're printed at all different kinds of rarities. Yeah, I guess it all depends on the printing. It ranges from an uncommon to a mythic. Wait, okay. My scanning software says, oh, okay, so non-foil version of this is $3, but a foil version is going for $25. Okay, interesting. I mean, I guess it's really early kind of for market prices. So that's probably why it's just coming up as $25. But as the market settles, I'm sure that price will go down. But that'll probably go in the Captain America precon that I'm getting eventually. We got a classic lightning bolt, of course, with Thor and Mjolnir here. You love a good bolt. Not the bees. This is just kind of a creepy art with Ant-Man and the Wasp, with just like creepy ass smiles watching MODOK shrink down to nothingness. That's some creepy ass art. This is some cool art too. Like even though it's just a, you know, generic card. Madam Hydra with her cape and the Hydra logo in the background. Or minions. As well. Picked up this card for a second. It didn't even look foil. I know it was a common, so I was like, there's no way this is just a non-foil common and a collector booster. Alright, here we go. This is the last pack. see if we get a big hit. Because if we don't, I'm not making my money back on this box. I'll tell you that much. I've been pretty lucky with collector boxes. I've actually pretty much made my money back on most of the collector boxes that I've gotten. This is a pretty cool art card. The Coming of Galactus. I assume this is one of a saga in this set. Murdoch's Crusade. Teamwork 4. Exile target creature with toughness 4 or greater. Exile target enchantment with mana value 4 or greater. Interesting. Hydra Troopers. When he enters, create a tapped 2/1 villain with menace. If there are 2 more creature cards in your graveyard, otherwise mill 2 cards. Aerial Doombot. 1/1 flyer. Power up for 6, put 3 counters on the creature. Falcon, Winged Wonder. 3/4 flying for 5. When Falcon enters, create Wedwing, a legendary 1/1 Bluebird Scout creature token with flying, and when a Redwing attacks, surveil 1. It would be cool, like if you get cards like this, especially like if it's a specific legendary token, if the pack was guaranteed to come with that token, that would be cool. But I know I'm asking too much. Speed, Young Avenger, 2/2 with haste. Whenever I cast a non-creature spell, you may pay 1. When you do, target creature with haste can't be blocked this turn except by creatures with haste. So you got a little bit of a Ginger Brute effect going on there. Cool. Inspired Fire. Spell costs 1 less to cast for each card you've drawn this turn. Deals 4 damage to target creature. Whoosh. Costs 2, and then you can kick it for 2. Return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. If this spell was kicked, draw a card. I think this is mechanically similar to... what's it? Into the Royal, I think it's called? Into the Royal. Wow. I actually nailed that. Into the Royal. Instant or 1 in a blue, or kicker 1 in a blue. So same cost, same cost. It's an instant. Return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. If this spell was kicked, draw a card. Yeah, that's the exact same card, except it's just a different name. Living Lies of Loki. 1/3 illusion villain. This creature gets +1/+0 for each other illusion you control. When this creature dies, draw a card. Hulk Smash. For 2 and teamwork 4, choose 1. If it uses teamwork, choose both. Destroy target non-creature artifact. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power. Target creature and opponent controls. Okay, not bad. Some nice scene art there. Full art swamp. Got Loki, Lord of Misrule. Oh, this is that card that Nigel put in the Discord. God, sorcerer, villain. Pay a blue and tap him. Choose target creature you control. Each creature you control other than the chosen creature becomes a copy of that creature until end of turn, except it isn't legendary. Activate only as a sorcery. There are definitely some shenanigans that can be done with this card. And I'm terrified to see what it can do. That's a hit. Unstable molecule suit. Equipped creature gets +2/+2 and has an indestructible. Equipped commander for 2 or equipped for 4. Hey, look at that. The unbeatable Squirrel Girl. 4/4 for 4. Squirrel human hero. Whenever Squirrel Girl enters or attacks, create a 1/1 green squirrel creature token. And I love squirrels. Pay 4, create X 1/1 green squirrel creature tokens, where X is the number of squirrels you control. That is immediately going into my squirrel deck. It's Cranko Mob Boss, but for squirrels. And you don't even need haste with this one. Just as long as you have the mana. Oh, and since it... Yeah, this is really busted, because with Cranko you can only do it once a turn because you have to tap Cranko. You don't have to tap Squirrel Girl to activate this ability. Yeah, this card's nuts. This card is it's literally nuts. That, I don't think it's foil. No, that's definitely still a hit. 3 steps ahead. Oh, this is this card. I hate this heart. The card itself mechanically is good. I just hate this fucking art. That is foil. Oh. Oh, we got a hit. We got a hit. We got a big one. We got a comic cover astonishing Ant-Man. Alright, one thing I have to determine, is this foil? It is. Alright, let's see what it's worth. Okay. It's still not the most expensive card in the set, but it's, or that I've gotten, but it's 40 bucks. That's a big hit. So yeah, that was actually a really good pack. That was definitely the best pack money wise. We got a, this is 40 bucks. The Squirrel Girl is 30 bucks and the Loki is 45 bucks. So this pack might have actually made up to the point where I make my money. I've potentially made my money back on this box. Um, let me sleeve all these cards real quick. Then I'll tell you what, at least according to current market value, the total worth of all the cards from the box, because I'll be able to tell you that. Squirrel Girl is definitely going in my squirrel deck. That's an easy add. So actually, funny story. Well, kind of funny story. It really has nothing to do with Squirrel Girl, but it's kind of, it makes me think about it. I went to college at RPI, Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute. It's a college in upstate New York. I went there for game development. It was a good time. There was a person, I don't know like how old he was, what if he was like on in my grade, whatever you want to call it, in my class, I guess. Um, not 100% sure what the deal with him was, but he acted as if he was a squirrel. Like he apparently had a blog, and I saw him around campus like once or twice, and it was just very strange. Like, I mean, you do you, right? Doesn't mean I can't say it's fucking weird. Like he would he never had shoes on. He was always barefoot, from what I understood. He had like a blog where he would talk about how his life as a squirrel is. Very strange. But I mean, the kind of school I was at, like RPI is one of those kind of schools where it's just like you gotta kind of attract a couple of weirdos here and there. So I guess you could probably say that with most colleges. Like I never really spoke with him. I never interacted with him in any way, shape, or form. So I don't really know how committed to that lifestyle that he was. But from what I heard, it was a very serious commitment. Hello, sleeve, please. Um, theater program. I don't know if they had a theater program. Like I know there was like I know there was like an a cappella group. Um, was there a theater program? I don't know. There may have been a theater program. If there was, it wasn't a major draw for people. All right, I got everything sleeved up. Add that to the Marvel collection. All right, let's see. Total value. Hey, we made money on that. We made money on that box according to current market value. Because I paid, what did I pay, like 450 for that box, I think. Um, Yeah, I paid about $4.50 for that box. And for current market value, that box had $562 worth of cards. So we made about $110 on that box. So yeah, pretty good deal. Let me bring out the big hits so we can take a quick look at them again. Wait, why did I put this in? This did, I didn't. This did not belong in a top loader. Hold on. I don't know. I probably just like was not thinking about it. I was like, oh, all these cards go in top loaders. Okay. So these are all the big hits, the $10+ cards. So we got the Astonishing Ant-Man. I didn't actually read what this card does. So their mana cost is blue and green. They're a human scientist hero. When you draw a card, put a +1/+1 counter on the Astonishing Ant-Man. Pay 2 and a green and tap. Remove any number of +1/+1 counters from the Astonishing Ant-Man. Create that many 1/1 green instant creature tokens. Okay. Cool. We got Thor, God of Thunder. 5/5 flying. When he enters, exile target equipment, instant, or sorcery from your graveyard until end of next turn. You may play that card. Whenever you cast non-creature spell, Thor deals damage equal to that spell's mana value to any target. This is Patriotic Shield for 3. It's an equipment, also known as Sword of Fire and Ice. It's equipment and equipped to equipped creature gets +2/+2 protection from red and blue. Whenever a equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, this equipment deals 2 damage to any target. And you draw a card. Stereo's Mirage. Enchantment at the beginning of your end step. If you discarded a card this turn, create a 3/3 blue illusion villain creature token. Iron Man. Actually, did I even read what this card does? Oh, I did. Yeah, so this is 4/4 flying haste. Whenever you attack, create a treasure. Then you can sack a non-creature artifact and go get a artifact with mana value equal to 1+ that artifact that you sacked. Loki's Scepter. It's a mana rock that allows you to steal a creature. This is the same shield or sword, just non-foil. This is Titan of Lityara, essentially. You choose a creature type. Whenever this creature enters or attacks, you may draw a card for each other creature you control that shares creature type with it. If you discard. Good old Path to Exile, Sad Cap, and Foil. Then we got Squirrel Girl. Just shit out a billion squirrels. Got Loki, Lord of Misrule. This is one that turns all your creatures into the same creature. And that's Ant-Man. Alright. Cool. So those are gonna be all the big hits. I do have more Marvel stuff coming. I have a Jumpstart box. I have just a regular bundle, so that'll be play boosters. And then I have the Captain America pre-con, but I got the collector's edition. So those will be like a bunch of search foils and that. So, but I have no idea when those are coming. The bundle I know is gonna be like a month late. Uh, the Jumpstart box and the collector precon, I have no idea when those are coming. I haven't gotten any shipping updates or anything about that, so we'll see what happens with that. Um, yeah, yeah. I saw your message about the Jumpstart stuff, Lizzie, and I I really do like the whole Jumpstart concept. I think they do a really good job with it, and I, I think the Jumpstart products actually um give some of the best commanders to build around. Like the Foundation Jumpstart set that came out like 2 years ago, I think, had some of the like the best commanders that I've seen. I've built one commander from that set, and I have another one that I'm gonna build. Um, and I know there's just a bunch of good commanders and jumpstart sets generally, so I am actually excited to open that box when it comes eventually. Crown3532, thank you for the follow over on Twitch. Um, I think that is gonna be it for me for tonight, unfortunately, Crown. But thanks for coming by, and thanks of course Lizzie for sticking around and watching and chatting. Yeah, yeah, Jax mentioned that he's kind of put together his own jumpstart uh packs or decks, whatever you want to call them. Which, I mean, it's a cool idea. I'd definitely like to play it sometime. Um, yeah, and tomorrow I think we might actually play, or I might play Magic the Gathering Arena because they're coming out with uh ranked brawl. So I think I'm gonna give that a shot. Um, Try and put it together like an actually good brawl deck and see what we can do there. Yeah, that's the plan. So yeah, thanks for coming out again. Um, and I'll see y'all later.